Happy Saturday, everybody. Old guy, present and kind of accounted for. Alright, so just right off the bat here, I'm going to get some pasta going for pasta salad. Oh, I thought for sure I turned my other speakers down. I guess not. Alright. So I'm just going to get a little bow tie pasta going there. Get a timer going here. Let's see. Set the time. I'm going to say hi, folks. Okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope everyone has had a good week. We are really starting to see some nicer weather now, which is super, super nice. Gonna get started on some of the little spring projects I got this year. And hopefully I can just knock them out and have some fun. So have we got anybody in the room?
We do. We have Ronald.
Ronald, hello.
And Eli. Salutations.
Salutations. Eli, I hope you're having a good week. Hi, Doug, Shar, if you folks are watching. So we got gyros. You're my hero. On the menu tonight, and we're going to make a little pasta salad with that. Tonight, I should say this afternoon. And we got apple fritters voted in for dessert. So, yeah. And I'm trying to remember what we drew for next week. And I don't remember. Not even close to remembering. Would you
Suppose I'll
refresh my memory?
Eli says spring. What is that? It was 100 yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I think spring for you comes sometime for like 2 days in January or something. Before it just starts getting super hot again.
Butter chicken.
Butter chicken next Saturday. I've made it once before, and we'll see how well it turns out again. Yeah, we went to Walmart and picked up a little bit of like garden type soil and hopefully get these big bare spots that the dogs create in our front yard taken care of. I've got a part of a wire fence that I have to take down to do some repairs on a little retaining wall that I got. So while that's down and I'm doing the repairs on that, I'll take the fence from that and kind of block off our front lawn area to keep pesky dogs from going in there and walking over and tromping and so forth the grass before it has even a chance to grow. So that's what the big plan is. We wanted to take a drive last Sunday.
Yep.
There's a place not far from us called Escalante Canyon. It's a pretty cool place. You could Google it. It's pretty scenic, and there's some old homestead places that are there that you can check out. Some really old, like homestead type buildings from I think maybe the 1800s, sometime 1880ish. But we went up there, and I managed to find a rock with one of my tires. So that kind of changed it from being a fun day outing to being a little bit of a drag. You know, I mean, I always keep a spare, so that wasn't the issue. The issue was having our dogs, and then having to go all the way home and drop them off, just to go all the way back, pretty much to where we were, to get Walmart to put a new tire on. And they got paperwork all screwed up, and people didn't know what the heck they were doing or whatever, but it took them over 2 hours to put a new tire on a rim. So, but other than that, it was a fun day.
Lisa and Wild Man are here.
Lisa, Wild Man, hi guys, welcome, happy Saturday. I got a package from you guys, Wild Man. I don't know if Tim told you, but it did come in, so I'm going to be doing some reviewing. Yay! Especially that soda pop. I know that you're not fond of the green apple stuff, but I am. Looking forward to trying it, and I'm glad y'all thought of me enough to send one. So I appreciate it very much.
Shar messaged.
Okay, they are having
BLTs for dinner tonight.
bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes. And the thing about BLTs is it kind of has its own salad. You know what I mean? Lettuce and tomato. I mean, hey, what are you going to add that's different? Cuke to make it a salad? So, yeah. It's an all-purpose meal. Comes with everything. Your meat, the starch, your salad. Just chow it down and you're good to go. How about the rest of you guys? We're having gyros. How about you alls? So let's see here. What else is going on? The conclusion to the first Mason Jennings episode came out a couple days ago. If you haven't listened to it, you should give it a listen to. Turned out to be a pretty decent little series there. And more to come. Yay. And I suppose I should kind of keep on keeping on here instead of just blabbing. Because I'm going to I got to get my tzatziki ready, and it's going to take a little while for it to kind of do its thing. Come here. So, alright. Gonna start just by peeling the cucumber. It's a good way to start. Come on. If I can get it out of its plastic. I really prefer the English cucumbers. They're a lot easier on my gut. Bang, let's get rid of that.
Carol's here.
I'm sorry?
Carol's here.
Hello, Carol down the street. Happy Saturday to you. Hope everything is groovy at your house.
Eli says he's fine dining today with some ultra fancy gas station rollers.
Ooh. Get some. All right. That sounds delicious. What about the rest of you guys? What are you doing? Lisa, Wild Man, Carol? What are you guys doing for your next meal, so to speak? Oink. Let's get rid of those. Trick with the tzatziki is get that out of my way. The amount of liquid that's going to leach out of the cucumber. Gotta let it sit for a little while, and that's why I kind of want to get this done right now.
Face the Ace is here.
Face the Ace. Hey, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Hope things are well in your area of the country. We're finally getting that nice spring weather. Why not? We call that good. Alright. So,
Carol's having leftovers.
leftover. Must not have had bacon. Most of the time when things have bacon, there's not a lot of leftover. Alright. I'm just going to let that drain right here. Okay, you can already see that there's enough liquid on there to run off the cutting board. So if you're going to make tzatziki, you're going to want to do that. Alright. And as usual, I have everything scribbled down. So I'm going to just check my notes.
Facier said this is his new second channel. I will do live streams with this channel.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, I'll be sure to check you out, and I would drop a link. But unfortunately, we're still learning the ups and downs on this laptop. So, but there is, the thought occurred to me because now we have. Now that we have Polly. Guess we got a neighbor outside. Now, see, well, I kind of lost track of what I was saying.
Oh, they were still kind of learning this laptop because I haven't had a chance to.
Yeah, but there was something else. I don't remember now what it was. It's all right.
Wild Man had hot beef raviolis.
Yummy. Ravioli is good. I made a batch not too long ago.
Carol said no bacon, taco casserole.
Taco casserole?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I can see why there might be a little. You could make more than you eat.
And Facier said I subscribe to your channel with his second channel.
Oh, great. I'm not sure if you're aware of my other channel, the old guy radio players. The old guy radio players is my other channel where I've created some 1940s style radio shows. So give them a check out. Got some really good people on the cast. All right, so let me finish here what I'm doing. Okay.
Steve's here, and how are we doing?
Steve, happy Saturday. Where's my regular cup? Happy Saturday. I hope everything is going good for you. Now, I probably should have drained this yogurt too, but I don't always have the time to do everything ahead. Let's see. Let's set that timer for another 3 minutes.
Steve says he's doing okay, and he says cheers.
Sorry, guys. I managed to confuse myself for a second. Yeah, all right. I don't know why. Let's see. Set the time. We're going to go 2:30. For some reason, I had turned my oven on. I don't know if I did that by accident or what, but it was like, well, do I need it on? I don't think so. All right. All right. So, as I was going to say, this yogurt should probably get strained as well, but I'm just not gonna do it. But I will strain the cucumber. Tiny bit distracted. I'll get it together. All right. So we're going to put in a squirt of lemon juice here. Where's my note? Yeah. Just 1 teaspoon.
Steve asked lamb gyros tonight.
Nope. Beef and pork. I'm just not a fan of lamb. Not enough to buy. I'll eat it if that's, if I'm buying some out or something, a gyro, but that's just not something I usually like that much. All right. I'm going to get a little fresh dill. Baby dill. Looks like there's more baby than actual dill.
Yeah.
All right. Come on. There got to be some in here. Don't need a ton, but I do need some. All right. That might be enough. Try another little sprig here. Okay. Set that aside. I'll get that diced up and we'll see if that's anywhere near close. Yes, we will.
Steve said unsubbed, thanks for the memories, LOL.
Steve. I hope you're just kidding, but if that's how you really want to feel, that's that's okay. All right. Maybe this isn't enough. We'll see. Need a couple teaspoons, I believe, is what I said. Here's what I wrote. Yep. Couple teaspoons of fresh dill.
He says I for sure am.
What?
Kidding, I think.
To dill, ding, ring the bell and win a prize. I need a little mint. I have it in my yard, but it's not growing yet, so. All right, and I need a teaspoon of mint. We'll see if that produces a teaspoon, maybe. Might, we'll see. What do you mean, might? Might grows on chicken butt. Yeah, that worked out pretty nicely. Just a tiny bit of dill and mint left. Just throw that in there. All right. Now what? A little bit of garlic. I just went ahead and got myself a jar. It's coming up to barbecue season. So, I don't want a ton. Just 1/4 teaspoon. This isn't like a huge batch of tzatziki. I mean, it's just me and this old guy. So, all right. that's out of my way. Now what am I doing? Pinch. And a pinch or two of white pepper. Do a little pinch of salt.
Pikachu's here. Good evening,
Pikachu,
everyone.
happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome. Just making a little tzatziki here. Straining out the water.
Eli wants to know, why is it almost impossible not to click the tongs when using them, LOL?
I think it's just, it's, I don't know, there's just something satisfying about click, 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 click. You know, like, like the bubble wrap, there's just something satisfying about popping those bubbles, so I'm kind of say that's about the same thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but is that all now? Let's see, underneath my lemon, everything except for just a drop. Come on. Of olive oil. That's done now. Let's cool it down. All right. Just gonna leave that in cold water for a few minutes. We'll deal with it later. All right. And I can already see some extra water starting to drain off of that cucumber, even though you got a couple tablespoons out of that. All right.
Steve says you gotta love gyros.
I do. I don't know. I don't know if I love them, but I do have a fondness for them. Okay. Now let's get some veg cut for this pasta salad. Some celery. Gonna start with some celery. Just try to cut this rib here a little bit. Salad pieces. Try to get this stuff done ahead of time a little bit. Ahead of actually making the gyro. And got some red bell pepper.
Eli said that cucumber water would be nice in lemonade.
Probably would. It probably would. I've had lemonade a lot of different ways, and I bet that would be probably pretty tasty. It's a pretty mellow juice as far as that goes. Cucumber water, juice, whatever. Alright, there's some green bell pepper. Green, what color is that? Some red bell pepper. Alright, let's get a bit of red onion, even though it's purple. Even though it's purple. I don't know why they do that. Just call it what it is. It's a purple onion. Like cherry tomatoes. They're not cherry tomatoes. They're little tomatoes. Cherry tomato. I don't think so. Okay. Some onion in here. And I'm actually going to use store-bought mayos this time. Just because I haven't been making it lately. With the eggs the way they were. Okay. Now let's have some fun. I'm going to put in some apple too. What? What? You heard me. Put some apple in the pasta salad. And I'll probably use some of this apple for the fritter when time comes. I'm mixing this in the wrong bowl. Oh no. That's okay. I can still make it work. Just have to wing it, so to speak. Okay.
Don't forget the anchovies for an extra zing.
Yes. The anchovy zing. Now that sounds like a band, doesn't it? The anchovy zing. All right. Clink. So a little slice and dice. That is exactly, I guess, what that is, right? A quick slice and a quick dice, and you're done. All right, that can go in to the pasta salad. Since I'm dealing with apple, I'll go ahead and get it peeled, and I guess I'll just get it into some lemon water or regular water or whatever.
Have you ever made apple fritters with bacon?
No, but I bet that's going to be delicious. I got bacon, but I don't have any thawed out. Otherwise, I'd try that today. Sounds good, though.
Yeah, it does.
Come on. What did I make with bacon jam the other day?
Dessert tacos.
Dessert tacos, yes. Had a friend over for dinner, and we made some delicious strawberry dessert tacos with a jalapeno honey bacon jam. Oh,
Delicious.
they were amazing. All right, come on. Let me get this out of the way here. Okay. Set that in the sink. I don't know if I need that knife anymore. I don't think yeah, I do. I need them both. Because I still got to finish slicing up apple. And my other bowl. Just for now. Let's put these apples, some water, squeeze it on me. All right, set that over there. We'll let that kind of do this thing and sit there. No real thing for it to do other than sit there, but yikes. Good thing I brought the cutting board back, because I still got to dice up my pickles.
Oh, yeah.
A gherkin. 2 gherkins. All right. Gotta have a little pickle action in there. Trying to be careful here. I don't want to slice my finger. It's been a little while since I've done it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've nicked myself once or twice, but cutting myself to where it actually made a difference, it's been quite a while. All right. Take it away. You're not done yet. But I am going to get this pasta drained here. Almost more than my little sieve can hold. Crash! Did you hear that?
I did.
All right. Easy enough, huh, guys?
Lisa said, hey, Tom Wildman would like to know what is the stuffing in the deviled eggs challenge.
It's gonna be pickled eggs with peanut butter and jelly to mix in the yolks, and peanut butter, jelly, and pickle relish. And then we're going to garnish the top with paprika. So.
And what kind of eggs are you using?
Pickled eggs.
Okay, did you say that?
I did. Pickled eggs. All right. A little mayo.
Sounds pretty tasty.
What does?
Deviled eggs.
Oh, they does. Yeah. Oh, well, it's a country favorite. Yep. So which one of you folks is eating it, Wild Man? Which one of the crew is going to step up to the plate? Nate hasn't done one yet. Is Nate going to chow down on some deviled pickled eggs? All right. Let's give this a taste. It's good enough. All right. I gotta get right on to this next thing here. Let's get some naan started. It's none your business. You can start with a couple of cups of AP. all purpose. Ooh! My leg didn't want to turn. That kind of hurt. All right. 2 and a half. Okay, now what? Couple of teaspoons of yeast. I know I pulled it out right there.
Lisa said, thanks a lot. I didn't know Timmy.
Lisa, what?
She said, thanks a lot. And then she goes, I didn't know Timmy. So probably Tim's.
Oh, gotcha.
Eli says, what does Godzilla eat at the restaurant?
Whatever he wants.
The restaurant, LOL.
The restaurant, yeah. All right. Some yeast. Just gonna use the sugar bowl. 1, 2 yeast. 2 yeast, 2 sugar, 2 yeast. Oh boy. Some salt. Teaspoon of that stuff. Couple tablespoons of yogurt. Don't worry, the rest of this yogurt, which is like organic stuff, we're going to make doggy ice cream, peanut butter doggy ice cream. They love it. All right. Of course, I was just there. Half a cup of milk. Half of a cup of milk. Oh. Wait a minute. I want that milk at least to have some warmth to it. This way. Name your business. Come on. That's better. And a cup of milk. Guess I need to add some water too. Oh, right on the dot. Half a cup of this stuff. Guess I'll warm it up. Get the pickles out of the way. They don't need to be there. I'm gonna make some sterling sauce to go with those apple fritters at some point. Do I seem like I'm off here today? I don't know. Everything just kind of feels out of place.
Mm.
All right. About a half a tablespoon of olive oil. Okay.
Carol says, do you bake the naan?
Do I bake the naan? No. It gets just kind of flattened out into, about yay big, and then I'll cook it on in a cast iron, kind of like you would a tortilla. Will this reach and fit in there? Is there room? In there is a little fridge that we have over here. Hard for me to tell if this is going to be the right moisture or not. Guess I'll have to give it another minute. Gotta make sure it's soft enough. It looks good. Okay, so what else do I have to mix after this? It'll just be the apple fritter stuff. So I guess I'll take a minute here. Cut just a little bit of onion. Some lettuce and tomato for the naan. I'm gonna put it away because that's how I'm gonna roll. And I just never really roll with when I'm doing it, do I? Tomato. Some iceberg. Some tomato slices. That'll work for that. Pull some of this water leaf off of here, and I'll just kind of give it a quick shred. That should be plenty. Moving along here as quickly as I can. I don't know if that's quick enough, but it's just how it's going to go. Said it before, I'm going to say it again. It's doing the working and the thinking. It just absolutely tears a fellow up. Alright. Shred some lettuce. Okay, I'm not really shredding it, am I? You want to watch out here. It's good territory for your fingers. Greenwich. Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Hope everything is going really well. Just getting a little prep done for these gyros. Gonna put some of these accoutrements off to the side. Boink. Okay, I think that's ready. I'm going to say I'm done with this. If I am, great. If I'm not, oh well. All right. Very nice. All right, that's pretty soft. That's okay. just going to give it a minute to kind of rest before I start rolling it out. All right, what else have I got to do? Like that?
Mm-hmm.
That was good arm participation there. I guess I'm just going to pull down another one.
Let me just, are you making something, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, CUCHACHADATIES?
Probably not, because if she can't pronounce it, I don't know. I'm making gyros, kind of. I mean, it may be debatable as to how authentic of a gyro it is, but I'm just going to kind of go with it. A little bit of oil here, help sear up that meat.
Catch a Katie's or something?
Do not know. Give this a quick rinse. Because, see, I knew. Somehow I knew I wasn't going to be done. So obviously I had to cook this meat last night. It's not a lot. It's enough for Mrs. Old Guy and I to have a couple of nice gyros. This is a beef and pork mix 50-50. So I'm just going to slice some of this up to cook up. Or to warm up, I should say. It's already cooked. Let's see. Is that enough for a couple? One more slice. One more slice. Good enough. I'll put that aside. Actually, I'm just going to put this right in here. There we go. Later on, if I want another gyro, well, by golly, I can have one. Let's get this out here. Put this away. Put this away. Okay. Phew. This is hard work. Remove some cucumber juice and a little bit of water before I try and start rolling out these, man. I'm only going to do like maybe 4 of them, and the rest I will roll out and cook as I need for whatever is left of the gyro. And it's also, naan bread is also pretty yummy to make other sandwiches with too, like, you know, even a BLT.
Yeah.
Don't want it too big. Okay, that was a bit big. All right. Guess I'll just save that right here, right now. Trying to be as tricky as I can here. Get this naan cooked. Get somewhat of a hot pan.
Might help.
It might.
Eli says, hello?
Hello? Hello? All right. So, anybody got any upcoming plans, like, summer vacation or anything like that? No? Yes? I don't really have any big summer plans except for the possibility of a quick run out to Eli's neck of the woods to try pitaya? Pitaya? Is that how you say it?
Jessica's here. Hello, good afternoon. Don't fret, I'm finally here.
Oh, good. I was beginning to wonder. I was going to pull that Coke out of the freezer before it had a chance to completely freeze over. So it's good to go. I hope you like this slush idea. Yeah, since it's starting to get into the summer months.
Eli says, can you see this? Can you guys see this?
Can I, guys? Yes, I can see you. Well, I mean, this old guy can. I can't see it from where I'm at, but so yeah, I know you're there. Very nice. Got a house full again this weekend, Carol? I know you do a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Get the brush out for a little more oil. Let's do some nan here. Give that a few seconds.
Eli said his chats have been disappearing. We can see them.
Yeah, I see him okay.
Carol said, yes, indeed. And Joshua's here.
Joshua, happy Saturday. How's things in Florida? Oh, yeah.
Carol said it's spring break also.
Yep. Spring break, wow. With the end of, when does school get out for the summer? Isn't that soon? I don't know. It's been quite a while since we've had any young ones.
Like the end of May, I think, but I'm not sure. Maybe 1st of June. Joshua says 75 degrees and clear skies was doing some yard work.
Cool. Yeah, it's been in the 70s here.
Yeah.
Down a little lower. It's been hotter in the 80s and 90s, but it's been nice here.
Jessica says, are you doing anything frisky this spring?
Frisky?
Yeah.
Not if I can help it. No, as far as things that I want to get done this year, it's all over with for the big construction, which is nice.
Yeah.
I've got some projects that will maybe take 2 days. I think there's one that maybe will take 3. But that's it. Small projects this year.
They get out of school May 23rd, she said.
May 23rd. Okay.
And Eli says, is your stove electric or induction?
It's electric. What? Induction? You talk like that in front of my wife again, we're going to have problems. Yeah.
Jeff's here.
Jeff,
Hello, everyone.
happy Saturday. Hope all is well on your side of the state. I know it's time to be getting kind of toasty. I know what it's like in southern part of Colorado. It can get warm.
Hello, old guy and Mrs. Old Guy. We are having a yard sale today.
Nice. There's times I thought that I would be nice to have a yard sale, but we live right on the highway. There's no place for anybody to pull over, so
Yeah.
any such thoughts quickly are gone.
So Jessica says, so no electric scooter with a mohawk and your mating call this spring. Call the spring. I can picture you. I'm an electric scooter with a mohawk doing a mating call.
Can ya? Well, I'm sorry. That must be somewhat of a nightmare.
Eli says I have a small induction hot plate. I really like it.
Nice. Yeah.
And Jeff says 80 degrees on the Colorado Plains.
Yep. Sounds about right, because that's what it is over in the Junction area. It's been getting 80,
Yeah.
85, 90. Okay.
70s in our area.
All right. Yep, 70s around here. Go up, get hit up into the higher country. You know, it's a lot cooler than that yet. All right. Nice. I'm gonna put this away. My rolling pin spot. Get this flour picked up. Very good. Gotta take a second to do this, sorry. Rinse it out a little bit. I might want to use it again. Very nice. Cooking up beautifully. Get the pan warming for the cooking up this meat. Almost. I did shut the burner off, so that's okay. You can finish easily instead of belching out a bunch of smoke. I've done that more than once or twice in this house, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
There was, not too long ago, we had something with shredded cheddar, and there was still some left in a dish on the table. And, we had been making the old style nachos.
Yep.
So I thought, I'm going to put that little pile of cheese on this cookie sheet, throw it in the oven and, let it sit there and melt and get crispy. Yummy. Yeah, right? Yeah, well. Oh, probably, what, 20 minutes later? Suddenly the house is filling with smoke. My little pile of cheese was pretty well incinerated.
Or black. Lisa's back.
Welcome back. All right, get the warm up on this gyro meat. That'd be nice to have one of those, horizontal or vertical rotisserie to make gyro meat, but I make do.
Jessica wants to know, have you made tuna casserole before?
I've made tuna casseroles a lot of times. So that's going to be a yes.
Steve says asparagus season
It is?
is just about here. Are you guys looking this year?
Yeah, we will. It doesn't ever mean we're going to find anything. There's only so many places to look around here, and we are not the only ones that look for it by a long shot. So some years we get out there, there's just none because other people have already picked it or whatever. So it's a luck of the draw. Some years we'll go and get quite a big bag full.
Yeah.
Other years, if we want asparagus, we're going to go buy it.
Yeah. Eli says, I saw some onion cheese crisps that he wants to try and make.
Onion cheese crisps. That sounds good. All right. Give this tzatziki pretty good. Guess I'll get some plates, Mrs. Old Guy.
Sounds like fun.
I'm going to bring you the full-size bullet here.
Jessica says, what would you like in your Easter basket this year?
In my Easter basket?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to make sure that there's plenty of that plastic fake grass stuff. That's a for sure. I don't know, some jelly beans and a solid chocolate bunny. I don't want one of those hollow ones. That's a ripoff.
Carol says, I looked, but I have one more place to check. It's not easy to get to the spot. I think the vertical rotisserie is it.
All right. Let's put some sauce on here. Guess it'll just be easier for me to show you this way. Maybe. If I don't drop it. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, pretty well.
There you go. Yeah. Could have put a little more meat on there, but that's okay. Sure, it'll be fine just the way it is. Some onions,
So let me see a fork or something.
tomato. Oh yeah, Pasta salad, huh? So here's a spoon for the salad. Take it out of the bowl and a fork for you to eat it with. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. The last of that lettuce in there. Another pile of that tzatziki. Pasta salad. Stop. My Euro keeps wanting to open up and they put pasta salad on it. Okay.
Sorry.
Sure. Oh, salt container. Needs more salt. We put some salt in the salt container.
Jessica says, "Oh dear, I was almost late for dinner. Thank goodness I woke up when I did and realized you were alive. Oh goodness gracious." And then Eli says, "I've been seeing a chip floating around a pine needle, so I kind of want to try it."
Been seeing a what?
A clip floating around of a pine needle soda.
Pine needle soda, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that would be good or not. All right, let's try a bite of the pasta salad here. Well, I hate to disappoint you guys. It's nothing spectacular. It's just pasta salad. It's good, but I'm not going to give myself a hug. All right, let's try the Euro.
Lisa said, "Hey, I will have to take 5 to go. It all looks good. Thanks for dinner, Tom."
You're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys again soon.
And Jeff said that you should make lobster po' boys and chipotle remoulade sauce.
Yeah. There are some things that I'm probably not going to be doing just because of the expense, like lobster, for instance. Probably not going to do lobster. I'm probably not ever going to do Kobe beef. Wagyu isn't that big of a deal. At least that's what I've tried so far. I might try a steak, but that's just going to be for a dinner some night, rather than a live stream. I will say that at some point I'm going to try just a short few minute stream on an off day just to see how well my wireless signal is outside by my grill. If I can get it to work, then there's the chance I could do a live stream outside.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Jeff says we are a landlocked bunch. LOL.
That we are.
And Jessica says, it's okay, you don't have to give yourself a hug. You can give me a hug instead.
Consider it given. Big hug to Jessica. This is a little more enjoyable than the last one I made. By the fact that I didn't severely overcook the meat this time. The last time I made gyros, I let myself get sidetracked and I didn't set the timer on my oven, so my little loaf of gyro meat got way overcooked, which means it was just completely drained of all the fat, and it was just dry, crumbly, and really kind of not very good. This is much better. What do you think, Mr. Old Guy?
It is. It's really good.
Tzatziki okay?
Yep. Steve says, did you hear that Val might move?
Yeah, I heard something about it, but
Joshua says, I got water on both sides of me. Oh,
that you do. Well, I guess depending on where in Florida you live. You obviously live. I know what you're saying, Joshua. Gotcha. This is all right. Perfectly acceptable meal. I think it might be worth it to try sometime smoking the gyro meat.
that might be good.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica says, do you happen to have some Russian dressing so I can put it on my sandwich?
Russian? I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have any Russian. I got some Thousand Island, and I think we got some French in there, other than ranch and just like regular Italian dressing. I know what you mean. What it's like when you want some kind of dressing. Like, I really want Green Goddess. Love that stuff, but you really can't find it anywhere anymore.
Eli says, why is it easy to break in Florida?
Hmm?
Because the keys are right there.
Oh.
Scott's here. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Scott. Happy Saturday. Sorry, you kind of caught me mid-bite.
Joshua says, so just all right, old guy. Nothing to write about.
Yep. Nothing to write home about, that's for sure.
Scott told Jessica, you like Russian dressing? I have never heard of anyone else other than me liking Russian dressing. I put it on my taco salad.
Pretty sure I've had Russian dressing, but I guess I can't guarantee it.
No, I know.
If you went to Russia and asked for that, would you get it? Like, you won't go to France and order a salad and ask for French dressing and get what we have. I can guarantee you that.
Jessica says instead of celery on my potato salad and pasta salad, I replace it with green beans.
Sure.
And Eli says, I bet that would be good with your barbecue sauce.
What would? Oh, these gyros? Probably. Whenever I make sloppy joes now, the base is my barbecue sauce, and then I'll add to it from there. I quit buying the canned sloppy joe stuff. It's terrible. I used to like them. I don't know why, unless they've changed their recipes drastically over the years, which probably they have. I don't know.
You know, I said green goddess dressing on an Asian pear salad is one of his favorites.
Not sure I've ever had an Asian pear salad. Of course, I like green goddess on a salad, but I also like it for dipping. Like instead of ranch for when you have hot wings, green goddess. Oh.
Big gyro.
A big gyro. Are you not going to be able to eat it all?
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I hope you do. If you don't, there's no dessert. Uh-oh. What you got, Mrs. Old Guy?
Steve said Pop-Tarts and cheap packaged ramen as a dinner suggestion. Pop-Tarts. I've seen so many flavors come and go over the years. I haven't had an actual Pop-Tart, I think, since I was a kid. I did get a box of off-brand or store-type brand of toaster pastry. I didn't like it any more than I liked Pop-Tarts, but I think I used it for one of my brulees. It didn't brulee very well. Just never have been a fan of Pop-Tarts, not even when I was a kid. Scott said they have changed the recipe on a lot of things. I remember Reese's peanut butter cups tasting different when I was a kid.
Well, I'm sure. In fact, we were eating I think they call it Big Block Hershey bar.
Reese's bar?
Yeah, Reese's bar, yeah. Like about a half a pound block of candy. And the peanut butter inside was not like regular Reese's peanut butter,
Yeah.
more creamy, smooth, didn't have the same flavor or texture as a regular peanut butter cup.
And not much of it in there.
Yeah, and not much. Yep. They had a peanut butter and jelly Reese's peanut butter and jelly kit with chocolate bread, Reese's peanut butter, and I think 2 different kinds of jelly that you could order from. But apparently, it's all been recalled and not ever going to be done again. Apparently, there was issues with the bread not being right or something. So, chocolate bread, yeah, didn't turn out so well.
Jessica says, have you heard of the new Minecraft sauce from McDonald's?
I've heard of it. I watched a couple of reviews. I didn't see anything there but a gimmick. It's all was, you get a box with Minecraft thing on it and maybe a toy. I'm beyond going to McDonald's for a toy. I know they got them in the adult meals, the bigger toys, but it's like, as much as they charge for burgers now or anything else for that matter, I just go someplace else. McDonald's is the last on my list of places that I will eat. I won't even go there to review anything anymore. It's just not worth it.
Scott wants to know how Chum and Polly are.
They are doing great. Took them for their usual walk this morning, and they did their doggy thing.
Yeah. Scott said instant potatoes would go really good with a Pop-Tart and packaged ramen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it would, especially the ones that are like flavored. Like the Hungry Jack four cheese. Ooh.
Jessica says, so to break the awkward silence, would you do your mating call? I haven't asked in so long, LOL.
Oh, you've asked me like
If not, no worries.
every week for the last month, but that's okay.
Scott says, I bought the Reese's strawberry and grape cups that came out. They were at Safeway. Definitely was a weird combo.
Oh, so you found it with jelly
At Safeway.
at Safeway. Okay. We've been looking for them.
Yep.
We haven't found them yet, but Safeway is a store we haven't checked. So,
Yes, we'll look there.
yeah, we'll look.
Steve says, yeah, that McDonald's Minecraft thing was absolutely, positively nothing but a cash grab.
Well, that's all it ever is. Yeah, just a gimmick. It's like, what was that? Stranger Things. No, I've seen some episodes. It's a cool show. But when you attach a show to a product, it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I tried a Stranger Things pizza, and I forget what brand it was, but I got it because it said Stranger Things. And the best I could say about it was I put Stranger Things in my mouth. It wasn't good. No, it wasn't good at all.
Eli said they're about to lose their Safeway.
Are you? Yeah. I tell you, I could lose a Kroger and I wouldn't mind. You guys are nothing but absolute rip-offs. Can't believe how much they want for really nothing. A good example is, I'm sure you've seen those boxes of puff pastry. I think you can get them at Walmart for a little over $5. If you try to buy that at Kroger store, you're going to pay $10. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I've walked out of that store so many times, like, you know what? I'll drive 30 miles to Walmart before I'll pay for that much money, whatever the case was. All right, Mrs. Old Guy, I am short, so could you hand me another bowl, please? Flat bottom will be fine. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome so much.
This is a flat bottom bowl. Some folks calls it a dog bowl. I calls it a flat bottom. All right. Let me make some batter. Start with three quarters of a cup of flour. 3/4.
Eli says, I think they are merging with Kroger Safeway.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Scott said the last good food that was paired with a movie was Ghostbusters X-Acto Cooler.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I never tried it. Just because I just don't mess with that stuff. It's like, you guys are ridiculous.
Jessica says, definitely a cash grab like that Wendy's thing, like Krabby Patty's thing from Wendy's.
Yes. All it is just a stupid gimmick to get people in the door, and it's like, you know, what would impress me if you want to get people in the door is having something that's worth a crap. Gimmicks just aren't going to cut it. All right, a 1/4 teaspoon of some salt.
We haven't been to Wendy's and ate for a long time either.
Yeah, it's just, yep, what you get for what you pay for. It's just not worth it. Some cinnamon. I'm just going to use plain regular cinnamon on this one. 2 3/4. Okay. Applesauce.
Scott said the biggest cash grab are those Stanley cups.
Yeah. Just everything is pretty much just a rip-off nowadays.
Eli said, in order to approve the merger, Safeway has to sell some of their locations to other competitors. So we might lose Safeway, but get Piggly Wigglies all of.
Not sure if Piggly Wiggly is part of Kroger or not. Couple tablespoons of milk, a little bit of applesauce. An egg.
Scott says, I'll take my Safeway for Piggly Wigglies and a Buc-ee's.
Okay. Last but not least, apples in the apple fritters. Go figure that, huh? Okay.
Jessica says, but even though McDonald's does so many cash grabs, I still can't help but go get my something. Usually reminds me of my childhood, and I love the fountain sodas. Literally just go for that, or just go fast.
Yeah, I don't. McDonald's has really absolutely nothing that I want. Got burned out on them a long time ago. And it was more the prices than anything, and then after a while, things just started not tasting as good. I'm like, well, you're charging more for crappier food. I'm not going to go back.
You know, I told Scott that they'll also be getting their first Buc-ee's.
And they've had a Buc-ee's open here. It's on the other side of the state. And I just happened to be going by. And I thought, oh, Buc-ee's. Well, maybe I'll check it out. I checked out the parking lot. That was as far as that got. It was just way too busy. It would have taken me an hour to get anything there.
That said, McDonald's Orange High C soda is one of the best.
I don't know. I'll take your word for it. That's what I'll do. Alright, almost got this. Okay. The rest of that apple can just sit right there.
Scott said you used to be able to get a soda, 3 chicken sandwiches, and a fry for under $5 at McDonald's.
You used to be able to go get a hamburger, an order of fries, and a beverage for under $1. Those days are long gone. Get this mixed up halfway decent here. Good deal. I'm deliberately making noise here. Alright. Before I cook those, make a little bit of sterling sauce. It only takes a minute. Okay, a couple of minutes. A couple tablespoons of melted butter, along with a couple tablespoons of some brown sugar. Get in there. Reach into my booze box. Guess this time I'll just put a little bourbon in it.
Scott says I was really young, but I remember my parents complaining when gas went over $1.
Yeah. Things have changed. Now $2 sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I got way too much in here. Okay. Add a little bit of heavy cream to this. And that. A little bit more. All right. Nice little stoiling. That looks good. Okay. Let's make some dessert. Fryer is on, has been. Little paper here. Drop the basket. Just need to get a spoon. Let's draw. How many do you want? Like 2, 3?
Yeah, something like that. Steve says, sorry I've been in and out. I'm at my nephew's birthday party.
Oh. Well, that's okay. Heck, I'm glad you've even bothered to stop in.
Tell your nephew happy birthday for me.
Yeah. Yeah, what she said. What do we got there? 4. And 6. All right. Apple fritters. I'll just put all this in here. Sorry for the noise. Kind of. Get stuff out of the way here.
Steve says High C Orange is definitely one of the best.
Oh yeah, I like High C Orange. That's for sure.
Debbie's here. Hello, friends. How's your day?
Hello, Debbie. Happy Saturday. Hope everything is well with you and yours. I'm just cooking up some apple fritters. And I made a little sterling sauce to go on the top. Ooh. Look good.
Steve said, I shall, thanks. Tell his nephew happy birthday.
Awesome. Did you save your fork?
No, but it's right there. I can grab it.
Okay. Might want it for your... Want these to be a nice dark golden brown. I don't want it black, that's for sure, but I want a nice brown there.
Debbie says, oh, yummy.
Oh, the gyros I made were pretty yummy too.
Yep.
Ooh.
We forgot to bring the basket out for the spoon. I guess I should grab it.
Ah. Those look beautiful. You can just go right here to drain. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. let's unplug that. Look at these fine looking fritters. So put a couple on here. Alright. Scoop spoon on some of this sauce. Alright. Apple fritters
Looks good.
with sterling sauce. Isn't that delicious? Alright, there you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Alright. Pull up a chair in here. Let's see. Hopefully they're done all the way through. And we don't have a raw one. Nothing sadder than a raw apple fritter. All right. Let's see. Well, it cut very nicely. Is it cooked inside? It is.
It's really good. It was really hot though. Careful. Lisa says, "Hey Tom, what are you doing for Easter?"
That is good. What am I doing for Easter? Probably not much of anything. In years past, we've done a big Easter thing in the park here in town for all the youngins, but people have, I guess, have other things that they'd rather do because there hasn't really been any interest in it. Well, that and the price of hard boiling some eggs is substantially up from a year or so ago. So, but nope, have no plans.
This is a new band name, Raw Fritter.
I like it. Please, welcome to the stage. Bobby Cook and the Raw Fritters. Ooh. It could be a variety show. The Fritter family. The Fritter family. So next weekend it is butter chicken. And I guess I'll take this second right now to grab the basket.
Carol says we're going to color and hide potatoes.
And if you hide them just right, you'll grow more potatoes. Up this way. Oops, had one escape. Get back in there. Go on. All right. So So for a week after next, dropped another one. We'll have to replace some of these little ones.
Yeah, I've been trying to replace them as they fall out.
Okay. So, is John here? Well, we got one coming up for John. Meatloaf. Now, it says scalloped potatoes. I'm not going to automatically make that, but I will put it as a choice for a side. And we'll let folks vote on that. If that's what happens, Miss Olga ain't getting them.
No. Eli said the Fritter family at Fritter Fest.
The Fritter family on Fridays. It's the Friday Fritter Gang. Could be a circus act. The flying Fritter family. The fabulous flying fritters. How about that one?
Yep.
Apple fritters with sterling sauce. Yummy.
Scott says I can't stand when I buy an apple fritter and there's no apples in it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. To be honest, I've never bought an apple fritter. I've only ever made them or had homemade ones. I've never gone to a bakery and bought an apple fritter.
Mm.
And that's just how that rolls.
They're usually flatter and bigger around like a...
Yeah, I've seen them. I've just never had one. Just never bought one from a bakery.
Eli says, oh gee, I think if both of us wrote a script, we would give Poultrygeist a run for their money. LOL.
That's funny. Well, Eli, if you ever have any other suggestions for something other than a comedy that you would like to see me create a series over for the Old Guy Radio players, let me know. Another one is kind of in its very early stages, but it's going to be a paranormal kind of show. So kind of like, I don't know if anybody has ever, probably not, but if you go to YouTube, you can listen to some old recordings of The Shadow. Not the movie, but the radio show. So, just saying. Kind of along those lines. Oh, that was a good gyro. And pretty good dessert. I'm surprised that everything kind of went
Yeah, it went good.
that quickly. It seemed like it was taking me forever to get everything going, but
Turned out good.
turned out good and have a little extra time, so You want to split another fritter?
Sure.
I'll share a fritter with you. Pharma fritter. Maybe come up with a restaurant? Yeah, the Fritter Factory. Can't see your plate. I'll give you a half of one with some stoiling on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Since we had a half of one sitting there, or a whole one sitting there, I figured I'd split it with you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, I'm like that. Sometimes when we stop for gas and I'm washing the windshield, I'll ask Mrs. Old Guy if she would like me to wash her half. You know, I try to be polite. And I get odd looks from people when they hear me asking that. Those are good. Now, this recipe is a little bit different than the one I usually use because it's a smaller batch. But I think it could have used a little bit of baking powder, help kind of loosen up that dough a little bit, the fritter look, because it was a little on the tough side, a little on the chewy side. But it's good. It had great flavor.
Jessica says, "Oh boy, my phone crashed. What did I miss? Did I miss the whole thing?"
You missed everything. All of it. I'm sorry. Well, grab yourself another soda.
The fritters were really good. That's what you missed.
Fritters are delicious. Well, were delicious. Need to sit here and spoon feed myself the rest of that sterling sauce. That's about as quick and as easy of a dessert sauce as you can get. And it's really good on a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Ice cream, cheesecake, any kind of like donut or fritter, bread pudding. There's all kinds of things you can put a sterling sauce on that taste really good. So there's even a couple of fish meals you can have a little sterling on there. I'm not saying that you drowned it, but some sterling sauce brushed on some grilled salmon. Yummy. Don't ask me to do it though, because I'm not gonna. No, because I just I'm not gonna want to pay for it. Now, if there's something you really want me to do, you just hit me up an email, and I'll give you an address you can send a postal money order for. I'll buy the stuff.
Jessica says, "Come again. It's Easter tomorrow." But it's not tomorrow.
It's not tomorrow. It's on the 20th, is it not?
It is. Next weekend.
Yep, next weekend. Next Sunday at 4:20 for those of you that really matter. Our son's birthday is on 4:20.
Yeah.
So it'd be Easter birthday for him.
Yep.
Different, but not unusual. Imagine a lot of people have a birthday on April 20th. So.
Well, yeah, and Easter's not always on April 20th.
No, I know it's not. I know that. Well, we got about 5 minutes. That's enough time for some silly jokes or requests. Oh, Jessica wants to hear again my mating call. My spring mating call, I think it was, right?
Something like that.
Spring mating call. So it's not really much different. Still the one flapping the wing, and hey lady, do you want to mate?
Gonna wake the dogs up. Jessica says, "Oh my God, I apologize. My sister told me it was." My sister told me she was probably just messing with my head, LOL.
I don't know what you're talking about, but there's your mating call. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure the last thing it's going to do is make you want to mate.
Oh, she's talking about Easter.
Okay.
When she said that, I apologize that her sister told her it was.
Oh, gotcha.
Steve says, I hope you guys have a good one after the stream.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate
Scott says, LOL, that's a heck of a mating call. I should try it.
it. Yeah, you should. Go to your favorite bar, and, make sure you have just the one wing flap. Okay, that's what really gets them.
Funny.
Okay, it gets them, but it doesn't get them to mate, I'll tell you that. Oh, boy. I'm going to be dead any minute. Yeah.
Steve says, haha, good call. Your request is coming up next week, Steve.
Yep. No, let's see. Oh, yeah, that is next week. The butter chicken.
Yep.
So I don't know if you were here or not when I drew it, but that's coming up next weekend. And the following weekend is meatloaf. And we got scalloped potatoes as a choice. So we'll see what people... and I have to admit there's been some times where I've put the 3 choices for a side, let you guys vote, knowing full well that I was just going to make all 3 anyway. But it's just kind of how it goes. Depends on what the meal is and, how much time I have and whether or not I think it's really worth all 3. So
Jessica says, do you think we should get Val from Tricky Foods to show his man call?
That's going to be up to you. I'm not going to ask him. Are you crazy? I mean, a fella just doesn't go around asking another fella that. That's all there is to it. Hey, pal, let me hear your mating call. I don't think that's going to work.
His man call.
What man call, mating call, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call the call. I ain't asking him.
Scott says Mrs. Old Guy needs to sneak instant potatoes into the rotation. LOL.
Yeah, Mrs. Old Guy. The only thing I've seen her ever do with instant potatoes is feed it to the mice to kill them. And believe that it does work.
Yeah, it does.
It does work. They eat it. They eat the potato, and because it's dehydrated, it starts absorbing all the moisture in their gut, and it blows up, and they can't get rid of it. So, yeah, It does them in. All right. Well, I think I'm going to get out of here. It has been a fun week. It was a good dinner. It was a great request. And I'll see everybody next Saturday. But as always, please go out, give back in your community somehow, okay? Like I said, even if it's just helping out a neighbor do something, just give back to your community somehow, okay? Bye, everybody. We'll see you Saturday.
Okay, all done. Scott says best mating call is pulling out a black